this is my walk, and okay, this feels strange. My what's this thing called? My gimbal. It's a short one. I wish I had a long one. So it's also cold outside. So today's gonna be a probably short walk. But okay, today I want to talk. And this topic I'm going to talk about is not really in the magazine, but I will write about it sometime. So it's about those who are recently unemployed. And now you're deciding to go into entrepreneurship. What do you do? I know a lot of people are struggling. I don't know what I want to do. How do I do this? All of that jazz. And so my suggestion, here's a process I want you to take. And this is going to take time. Don't rush it. It can take a week, it can take a month. Just don't stress about it. Relax yourself. But the first thing you should do is to do a list. List. I love lists. Do a list. Do a list of all the things that you used to do when you're working. So all the tasks that you did at work. Do a list for every single one of them. Write it down. Go back tomorrow and look at it again to see if you have captured it all. If you had your job description with you, that would be awesome. But if you don't, that's okay. And then go online and go to one of those job boards, whatever you call it, Indeed, Monster, Workopolis, and look to see the job descriptions of some of the jobs that you're looking for, and then you add on through those lists. But you're trying to make a list as complete as possible, right? So then the next thing, you're gonna make another list of all your hobbies. And I say hobbies, you don't really get paid, you just do them to relax yourself or to do something. It could be something that you're passionate about, but make a list of all of those as well. And then from there, you're going to ask yourself something. You know what? Here's the next thing you need to, actually, ask yourself something. Ask yourself if you, from those, let me rephrase it, from those lists, so the list with your hobbies and the list with your job description, ask yourself what are the things on that list that you're great at. You know the word I use? Great, not good, great at. So if you're great at something, that's the place to start, right? Because this is what you are. And even being great at it, I should go one step further. So once you figured out what you're great at, ask yourself, what are you passionate about? Because I'm great at some stuff that I'm not really passionate about. I'm an organizer. And so if I decided that I wanted to become a event planner, I think I would be really good at that. But that's not my passion, right? So once you've created your list, and don't do your list today and then just that's it. Take some time to go over it. Then leave it for a while, come back. And then once you figure out what you're great at, you leave that again, come back. Once you figure out what you're passionate about, then you go on to the next step. So because you're great at something doesn't mean that you're going to be passionate about it. The next step is to test. Several ways you can test. So test. Okay, let's talk about testing for a little bit. So testing your family and friends. Pick their brain. You know what I should have done? Create a questionnaire as to questions that you should be asking them to help you to figure out what. So basically give them, let's say you had 3 ideas or 3 things that you tell yourself that you're great at, then ask them to rank you from, not great, you're passionate about. So 3 things, so let's whittle it down to 3 to 5, right? And then you ask, I don't know, 5 maybe 10, maybe 15, I don't know. But ask as many people as you can who are close to you, who really knows you, who have seen your work. And it could be that some of the things that you're good about, you would have used it on them in some way, shape, or form, right? So for me, I am in my community, so at church, I'll use my giftings. That's what I call them. So if I'm passionate about something and I'm really good about it, I'll use it. And so people around me, they've seen what I can do over time. And so in that regard, ask these people who have seen your work in some shape or form, whether it be formal, informal, ask them to rank you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which one they think you are best at, which one they think you're more passionate about, which one they think they would pay you for, and which other question you could ask them. So create a questionnaire and ask several different questions to get a feel as to how people see you. So it's one thing to see yourself in a certain light, but how do these people see you, right? So that's one thing. Once you have done that type of testing and you have gotten now you'll be able to, which word am I looking for? To analyze. my doctorate studies is coming out right there. Once you're able to do a proper analysis and whittle it down to 1 or 2, or even 1. So you're gonna now whittle it down to 1. You're gonna go back now and test the market by doing some real stuff. But so let's say what you're really passionate about and what you're really good at is baking. So what you're gonna do now is bake stuff and you're gonna put it out there. So you're going to bake, take pictures, put it online. And then you're going to offer to these same people, start with them to get some money. So you're going to sell them your services. This is the next part of testing. You're just trying something, right? So you have nothing to lose at this point. So you're going to basically be selling them your services, whether it be your friends, your family, whoever, sell them your services. And you can go back to those. I hope you kept a database of your employees. I hope you had some type of relationship with them, and then you can go back to them. And then there are times when I'm walking on a busy road, so forgive me. But there are some companies, even though you have left, your boss will probably hire you depending on relationship. So hopefully you had a good relationship to start. Otherwise you're in trouble. Okay, no, you're not. There's always a way, because circumstances happen and things happen, right? So we're going to test the market. I stopped walking because I don't want to get to the intersection. But we're going to test the market. And once we test the market, then we'll have an idea as to, do we invest more time and effort? Now, when you're doing all of this, as much as I'm saying don't rush the process, you still need to set a timeline. Set a timeline, because otherwise you're just going to be waiting and not feeling up to it and all of that jazz. So set a timeline to say in the next 2 months, in the next 3 weeks, I'm going to have this done, right? At least you have started something and you have a higher probability, I'm going to use that term, probability of succeeding than if you just grab something at random and do it. But this way you have created a system, I don't know if that's the right word to look for, a system or a systematic approach. Oh my God, I feel like some days I'm not learning anything in school, but this way you have created some type of systematic approach to help you with the process, and you know that it's not a willy-nilly process and all of that jazz. And then what you can do, so you can actually move out of your friends and family as well, and just tell yourself, I'm going to see what happens in the next 3 to 6 months. Go online, partner with persons, and see what they're willing to do. If after 6 months it doesn't work, you move on. At least you would have learned something from the entire process and take it from there. All right? So that's for those who are who are employed, and with this madness, you have lost your job. Because listen, when unemployment goes up, entrepreneurship goes up. So keep that in mind. You're not the only one out there looking. There's lots of people looking. So it's best that you ensure that you choose the thing that you're very, very good at. That way your skills will be on show. And from a competitive perspective, you have done really, really well. All right, so that's my walk for today. I'm gonna do another one shortly on the same walk, just because it's such a nice day out, and honestly it's gotten so cold. I don't know how often I'll be able to walk anymore. I'll probably just exercise indoor and then do some sitting on my couch type of talking to you conversation. I don't know, we'll see how it goes in the winter. I'm not a winter girl, eh? I hope you remember that from the very first video. But either way, thank you for listening to my ramblings. Thank you for listening to my ramblings. Thank you for walking with me. Thank you for sticking it out. And if you follow our magazine, thank you for doing that as well. Thank you for just being a part of my life. Because I've been really enjoying this process. I have grown in the last 2 years or so. I've been moving forward. I've been doing some stuff. I've been doing a little bit of what I've been talking to you about, maybe more than a little bit. I've been learning from so many other entrepreneurs, and that's my hope for you, that you can learn. If you can afford to pay a consultant, go for it. I am a consultant. I would love to be paid for my work, but I'm also aware that not everybody can afford to pay for their work. And so that is where we come in from a community magazine perspective. So again, if you want to write for us, let us know. We are a Canadian magazine. We're funded by the government. Unfortunately, we've got to use Canadian entrepreneurs. But it doesn't matter where in the world you are, right? You are learning and you can learn. I have people literally calling me from Jamaica, from the US for advice. So it doesn't matter where you are. Yeah, there's so much to learn. Anyway, thank you so much for being with me all this time and today. See you on the next video.